How does dinner on Thursday sound?
Thursday's poker night. The stripper comes over at 9. I'm just yanking your chain.
Barkingham Palace, starter homes, and exposed wiring? Today we're reacting to some of the hilarious real estate and housing scenes from King of the Hill. But before we get into it, I'm real estate expert Mark Magstadt here in San Diego. If you want to learn about real estate, tour some awesome properties, make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right, let's bring on the first clip.
Hello, we move you into Barkingham Palace today.
The Barkingham Palace. Man, that sounds like one heck of a doghouse. I don't see a lot of doghouses anymore. A lot of them sleep in the house, they sleep in the garage or whatnot.
Yeah!
We will always leave a doggy door open into our hearts.
The little guy's just sneezing like crazy, so my assumption is that he's allergic, but I'm a little confused. This dog's 13 years old. Have they just let this kid sneeze for 13 years? Maybe he's not even 13 years old, but a lot of times if you are showing a house, you do have a couple dogs, clean up the pet hair, clean up whatever you can do, maybe put in some simple air fresheners, not overkill where it smells way too bad.
And we hope we have made your home as wonderful as you have made ours these past 13 years. Okay, Luann, the champagne.
They not only have the ribbon, but they have the champagne. So they're christening the doghouse. They're cutting the ribbon. I'm still kind of finding it funny that they dump the champagne on the roof. It goes in. I mean, actually the gutters work great. It comes out in the grass, but don't you think the dog's gonna lick that up and probably get his little buzz on before he gets in his doghouse?
Push her in. We all came to see the opening of a doghouse.
This can't be easy. She slept at the foot of our bed for 13 years. Don't blame Ladybird, blame me.
Well, of course I blame you.
I made the architect's first mistake. I designed it for me, not the client. I can do this fast, I promise. Okay, grand reopening in 36 hours. This time, no gifts. Bill, not today. Abort.
You're telling me that the dogs has slept at the foot of their bed for 13 years and all of a sudden they're gonna just go, oh, I can't wait to hop in a little 3 foot by 3 foot doghouse. I'm thinking that he's gonna be sleeping in a bed outside with, with the dog to get things organized. They probably could have adjusted that door a little bit so he could have like a fun little, normal door, but who knows? Kids like to crawl in, crawl out.
We got some of your mail here.
Suddenly everybody wants to sell Bobby Hill a security system.
So, your mother was wanting to see you. How does dinner on Thursday sound?
Thursday's poker night. The stripper comes over at 9. I'm just yanking your chain. She's over at 8.
I'm reading between the lines here. It looks as though the old dog is still at the foot of the bed and our boy has moved into his grand little suite out here. He's got a nice little picket fence up. He's having a good time. He's got the friends coming over for poker night. Hey.
Little help?
This nowadays would be called an ADU, accessory dwelling unit. San Diego, you probably get $2,500 a month for that little shack right there. But it's just a nice way to have an extra space. You can rent it out, you can lease it out, you can use it for friends, family as they come over.
One more Frisbee. I'm opening a store.
It normally is the exact opposite. I'm constantly going over the fence or hollering at neighbors. Hey, we got a floaty toy, can we grab that? I'm sorry. But we got a little reverse going on. The older gentleman playing some Frisbee and man, he's just sucking them up.
Okay, Bobby, you've indulged your father long enough. Now get out. He's not getting out. He must be stuck. Hank!
I'll take it.
Bobby, honey, I do not know what your father told you, but he has to love you whether you move in or not.
Mom, this is a perfect starter home.
Starter home is just like a simple property that you can afford, that you actually do own, and you can make your monthly payments, you feel comfortable. There are some people that got into a starter home that was a studio apartment style condo that was 383 square feet. That's all they could afford at the time. So Starter home, get in, get your feet wet, start building that equity.
I like the neighborhood. I won't have to change schools, and it's Connie adjacent.
Bobby's a big boy, Peggy. You can't hang on forever.
Time to move on, Mom.
We have quite a few questions that we want to ask a first-time buyer and or someone that's moving to the area. What's important? Do you have a family? Do you have kids? Are schools important? Also, how many bedrooms and baths? Minimum square footage. So there's so many different questions that you can ask. The more questions that we ask and the more that we listen, the better we can help find the right property. And that way we're not out spinning wheels and wasting time and looking at property that won't fit for your client. So we try to figure that out beforehand.
The courtesy of an invitation. That's all I ask.
Peggy, we couldn't even fit in the door.
Tony's Pizza will do nicely until Dad installs my kitchen grill.
I stole a bottle of Chianti from my dad. I poured out the wine so we can put a candle in it.
You can't beat that view of the alley.
I don't know too many of my clients that are like, wow, this is awesome. I love looking out at the trash cans and the telephone poles, which luckily a lot of them are going underground now. But you know, normally your views are mountainous, canyon, ocean, bay, city skyline. But I don't know many that love alley views.
Now, if you have any suggestions for improvements, make them now before I file the permits.
It looks too small.
It's a model, Dale.
In that case, it's just right.
I find it interesting that he did this little awesome model of what he's gonna build, and that, you know, that would probably take me 5 months to build that little model alone. But now, you know, they have the 3D printers and stuff, so they can print these out fairly simple and pretty easy. But you can also see a lot of these 3D tours online.
Hank, Bobby's only breathing through his mouth. I'm afraid to bring him lunch.
Give Bobby some more pills. I still have to put in the baseboards and bolt the walls to the foundation.
Well, gee, Hank, I would love to give our son another handful of pills, but he's been asleep for 18 hours.
Look, I'm as concerned as you are, Peggy, but I need more time. I can't have a dog in there licking at exposed wiring.
Poor Bobby's back in the house and he's just probably hacking and coughing. He's been asleep for 18 hours, so they're probably giving him some crazy allergy pills. But man, dog's best friend, this guy is building this spec home and he's dialing it in perfectly for the dog. So I'm hoping he really enjoys this, but you never know. I think it's always gonna float back to the foot of the bed, baby, the foot of the bed. Who doesn't love some King of the Hill? I mean, just their accents and the quirkiness and all of the fun little innuendos that they have. I mean, this is a great show. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to binge watch this entire playlist and let me know any other shows that you want me to react to. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.